Today, let's talk about repairing the gearbox in the Tornado and the Cyclone roller coaster. Let's get started. Well, before we start repairing the gearbox today, let's talk about tools. The tools I like to use is a good Phillips screwdriver, a pinion puller, needle nose pliers. You'll need some grease, small hammer, and this small tool, which I use in the workshop all the time. And this little tool here is a handmade tool that I picked up on eBay. You could probably make one yourself. It's a wood clamp. We've drilled a hole up into the threads, and I placed a magnet here, and there's another hole, and I call this a press. Works really good for repairing gearboxes. Anyway, that's pretty well all the tools. Sometimes I'll also use this Loctite super glue to hold the gears on in place, just to give a little extra security. Or there's a little crack in the plastic in the housing. This works to repair it also. All right, let's get started with the repair of the gearbox it could be either for the Tornado roller coaster, the Cyclone, or the Grand roller coaster, whatever you want to call it. Same principle to repair this gearbox. First, we will remove the gearbox cover. There will be 4 screws to remove. Once we get the gearbox cover off, we'll inspect the gears. I suspect one of the gears is cracked in this, as when it runs in the machine, the belt will not turn, but the pulley does. As you can see, there's 2 32 teeth gears and 1 16 tooth gear. Also, there is 1 worm gear off the main pulley. As you can see, there's 4 spacers, 1 worm gear, 2 32s, and 1 16. Now, what we're going to do is pop the gears out. As you can see, here's a picture of the gears close up. After inspecting the gears, one of the 32 tooth is slightly cracked and is not holding on the shaft properly. To remove the gear, we will use our pinion puller. This one here works pretty good for mid-size to small gears. Wipe the excess grease off. Grab your new gear. Put the gear in the hole and tap the shaft back onto the gear. Once you have done this, reassemble the small spacers, making sure that all the gears line up properly in the gearbox before putting the top back on. As you can see, here's a close-up. The gears are aligned properly, lots of grease, and we are ready to finish putting the screws back in the top. And here we are. The gearbox is back in, and you're good to go.
HappyHolidaysParts.com. Informative video.